greatest economy in history. Y'all ready? Let me get that. Let's go. Any second now. We always beat the clock. Okay, let's try this. Now let's pull up. Y'all already know we gotta do. We gotta, that's right. We gotta open up those pores. We got to open up those pores. We got to, summer, summertime. It's time to go. Won't you sit back and unwind? Yes, y'all, what's good? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know it's Monday, May 5th. That's right, y'all, 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. Yes, everybody. Happy Monday, my favorite day of the week. It is my favorite day of the week, but you better not tell that to Elmo, because y'all already know said, I'm tired of when people walking up to me talking about happy Monday. Are you crazy? Me, I like Monday because I feel like people can't make excuses. They got to get up and get to work, and that's what I got to do right now, because what we doing right now, y'all, is our bottom line. How you guys doing this morning? I'm talking about your boy worked up to the last second to make sure that we were synced up, to make sure that I knew what I was going to be talking about, just to make sure that we're good today. So I really hope today you guys appreciate your boy, because I'm talking about we have an extended clip, and we've got so much to go over. We just do. It's just like that. And I'm just so glad that you guys are here today to follow up, see what we got in the clip. Hope everybody had a fantastic evening and slept like a baby, because I know that I did, until it was time to get up. And then I'm like, oh my God, let me make sure we got this stuff pulled. Let me make sure everything is together. So without any further ado, I'm going to come in the comments real quick and see who's up in here so I can shout you guys and give you guys a fantastic morning shout out. Then we're going to get to what we got to do. Hope everybody's good. What's good, everybody? We got Casey Ramos up in the building. Always appreciate you. Thank you so much, Casey. 100 with the fist bump. That's right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Rebecca, good morning from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We got Batty Lynn, good morning from Detroit. What's going on? Mark Dorman said good morning. Where you from, Mark Dorman? Let us know where you from so that we can make sure that we get content from where you're from. This way we can have relevant dialogue in those comments. Like I said, I've been working all the way until just now. How come? Something told me, go check and make sure that the lineup is correct. The lineup was correct, but the write-out wasn't there. I wrote everything out on the phone. It did not transfer from that phone to the iPad. So the last minutes, I'm like this. But you know what? Long as we do what we got to do, we here to fight another day. What do we always say? Problems present opportunities. That let me know that I can knock that thing out in 3 minutes if I had to. Sometimes when you get pushed down to the wire, you need to test yourself. So, hey, that keeps us sharp and on our toes, y'all. On our toes. I hope everybody's good. Thank you for all the love. Hope you guys appreciate the outfit, because today we got on a light suit because y'all already know it's been hot up in here. So your boy got to keep it a little cool as possible. In a minute, we're going to open that door and let the AC come in, once we get the flow going and everything like that. But I really want to make sure that you can hear me, that the dialogue is correct, and that we're flowing well. So with that being said, without any further ado, I'd like to get to work, because we just got so much in the clip that I got to get into. So without any further ado, let's get into this title. Hope you guys appreciate the artwork that's up here. It basically always depicts on what we have going on in the clip. So let's get into it without any further ado. What do we have heading it off? We have Trump. We will have the greatest economy in history is what the president is saying. As you guys know, the S&P 500 shot up 500 points the other day. Does that have anything to do with what he's talking about? Or maybe the new tariff negotiations that's about to be spoke about that we have an eclipse? Let's keep moving forward and keep on breaking down this thumbnail. We have Gavin Newsom right here, who says he explains why Democrats got crushed by Trump in the election. He's basically laying it out. Seems like he's trying to make a little run for himself. What do you guys think? You think Gavin Newsom has a chance of actually going against J.D. Vance in the next election? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. We're gonna keep on moving forward, because in the middle here, we finally have the other side of audio and content, which has to do with Kilmar Abreu Garcia, his wife. We didn't know that she had been calling in and trying to get restraining orders for a long time. So we've got actual audio of the restraining order and the complaint that she actually filed. You guys are going to like this. It says chilling audio of Kilmar Abreu Garcia's wife's 911 call. We've got that exclusive, and we're going to keep on moving forward, because last but not least, we've got a breaking in-depth video of Mexico's Sinaloa Cartel. That's right. You know who that is right there, right? That's the leader of the Sinaloa Cartel. We've got him now, but the cartel is still in operation. But guess what's going on right now? Like I said, breaking in-depth video of Mexico's Sinaloa Cartel and the army that fights them. We're going to be looking at poppy seed farms getting set on fire. We're going to be looking at all types of things like that. So without any further ado, how about we shoot on over to Air Force One and see what the president had to say last night when he came back from conference. We're going to get right into that this morning, you guys. Again, let me know where you're chiming in from all the time, because I love to make sure that we have relevant content in the clips so that we can have dialogue. Let's keep it going, you guys, and moving forward. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning.
It could very well be. Nobody understands. We're negotiating with many countries, but at the end of this, I'll set my own deals, because I set the deal. They don't set the deal. I set the deal. They've been ripping us off for years. I set the deal. Every country, almost without fail, friend and foe, has been ripping us off for years. So we're meeting with almost all of them, including China. And at the end, I'm setting the deal. They keep saying, what are you going to, this is not like a big deal that's going to be signed. In some cases we'll sign. We don't have to have signed. I'm going to be setting the deal. I'll be setting a tariff. You keep asking the same question. When will you agree? It's up to me. It's not up to them. It's up to me. Now, they don't have to deal with us, which is okay, because we lost, under Biden, we're losing $5 billion a day. Think of it. $5 billion a day. Now we're not dealing with China at all, because the tariff's so high that they basically can't.
Are you LLC curious? Wondering, is it time to make my business official with Busy?
Deal. And because of that, we're saving billions of dollars. But just, and I'm not saying this to be a wise guy with you, to be mean. I don't want to be mean to you. You're, good professional. But you do keep asking me that same question. It's not like we're going to sit down in an ivory room and we're going to just, he's going to say, there'll be some of that, very little. I don't see a lot of it. At some point in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'm going to be setting the deal. I'm going to say that such and such a country has had a tremendous trade surplus their way with us. They've taken advantage of us in various ways. And we fully understand what they were doing. We were being led by people that were not very smart. They were able to be taken advantage of. But I can't be taken advantage of. So at a certain point, I'll be just setting a certain tariff number.
It's been far, sir. That far, AIDS treatment in Africa, there's a waiver in place, but people are saying to my colleagues that they're still not getting medicines. And you had AIDS.
Well, that shouldn't be happening. But the other thing, other countries should be helping us with that. And I'm a big fan of getting that solved. But, you know, we're the only country. Where is France? Where is Germany? Where are these other countries? Nobody does anything but the United States. And we spend, you know, billions and billions of dollars. So they should be helping also. But as you know, we did a waiver, you know that, right?
Right.
Well, I can't help that because if
They just asked about, you know, medicine for people in Africa and things of that nature. So he basically said, where's Europe? Where are all the other countries when it comes down to stuff like that? How come it's always the United States? I happen to have to agree. Keep on moving forward.
we did a waiver, then you have to get your people to act properly on the waiver. But I do ask, why are we the only country doing it?
Mr. President, what's your timeline on the rest of the judicial nominations, and what's your criteria when you're picking judges?
Which nominations?
The future judicial nominations for the federal judge positions.
Well, we're putting them in rapidly. We're trying to get very good ones. I mean, we need judges that are not going to be demanding trials for every single illegal immigrant. We have millions of people that have come in here illegally, and we can't have a trial for every single person. That would be millions of trials.
Now we got to move forward. Thank you for that info. We got more cuts on the president moving forward. We'll get the rest of the gaggle from there. But we also, y'all already know, we got a lot more to keep on moving when as far as this clip go. And we got to get into somebody that you guys, I know you don't like him, and you don't call him this name. You don't call him Mr. Gavin Newsom. I know you guys have a different name for him. You guys can put the name in the comment box down there. I'll read it when I come to the comments. And yeah, I'll say it. Don't worry about it. So yeah, Gavin Newsom on why Democrats got crushed by the president during the election. We always stack the deck before I come to the comments because we want to have dialogue, not just talk about one video. So let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's do that. Again, please let me know where you're chiming in from. Really love to make sure that we got the right type of content to show and share.
After weeks of economic.
Sorry about that, y'all. Let me get over here. It happens. Y'all already know. Y'all rock with me. That's why I like rocking with y'all. Let's
Can
go.
I start with your lawsuit against the Trump tariff regime? Can you tell me to what extent this represents you giving up on the Congress to exercise checks and balances? Can I ask, to what extent does your lawsuit on Trump's tariff regime represent your verdict that checks and balances have been dropped by the US Congress?
Yeah, the best of the Roman Republic, Greek democracy, the system of checks and balances, rule of law, popular sovereignty, the principles of our founding fathers. You're absolutely right. Have been completely disrupted in this new Congress. The Speaker of the House of Representatives nowhere to be found as it relates to oversight across the spectrum of issues, but notably on the issue of tariffs. And the President of the United States simply does not have the legal authority under the Emergency Economic Powers Act to impose tariffs, period, full stop. And that's why we were the first state in our union to file this lawsuit. And it's been followed by 12 other states, including now conservative business interests that also see the merits of our approach.
I'm wondering as well if you will come under fire for being the Democratic governor suing your own federal government. This is part of the strategy dilemma for Dems. Do you play dead or do you fight fire in the courts?
Yeah, look, I mean, the contrast of that, the flip side of that is a Republican attacking states happen to be democratically led, like California, the fourth largest economy in the world, $4.1 trillion of economic output. 40% of America's goods movement come through just two ports of entry in Long Beach and LA. In California, we dominate in manufacturing across the spectrum of innovation and entrepreneurialism. The impacts of these tariffs, the recklessness of these tariffs are disproportionately felt on the tentpole of the U.S. economy.
So during basically what he's trying to say is due to these tariffs that's going on, Los Angeles and other states are economically feeling a bite right now. So they've independently started to sue the administration to try to stop these tariffs from going on. There's 12 other states that joined in with Los Angeles. You guys know anything about this? Probably something that you want to know about.
14% of the U.S. economy. So the success of this country is in many respects determined by the success of this state. So for me, it's the prism not of red and blue.
Okay.
Here he is now.
Okay. we had enough of you anyway, because I know y'all in the comments like, please get Newscom off of here. All right, I said it, y'all. All right, I said it. I got one more to stack so I can come into the comments so that we can get it on. And this one here is the actual audio of, oh my God, let's get Kilmark Abrero back to United States, Mr. Garcia. Everyone on the other side has been fighting to get him back. All of the politicians are really going over to El Salvador to speak to him and sit down with him and have tequila shots and things of that nature. I made that up. It looked like it was water. I'm just playing. But I want you guys to hear the actual audio of his wife saying that he pow-powed her, and the family basically calmed her down to try to get her not to go tell the police, but she told anyway. And she's got a couple of these audios coming up. I want you guys to see what we're dealing with here so you can get both sides of the spectrum. Okay, and I keep on popping this one up. This one really wants to play. This one really wants to play. We're going to get to you, buddy. We're going to get to you. But let's get this audio out first. Let's go.
And National Border Patrol Council President Paul Perez for more on this. Paul, good to see you again. I want to play a little more of the audio from this court hearing from a number of years ago with Abrego Garcia's wife, Jennifer. Listen to this.
I came to fill out a protective order. I think it was in December. But I didn't show up to the court because his family washed my brain telling me that his dad was sick and not to do it. So I didn't do anything. But after that, it was I would call the police. I have a lot of police reports, and I kept trying to get to the door basement to try to open the door, and then he pushed me.
She also talked about a number of times that he slapped her as well, once in front of her sister. And yet this is the man that Democrats are clamoring to get back into the United States.
That's all I wanted to play right there, y'all. I'm in the comments right now. What y'all got to say about this right here? Because it's not like he's like the best of the best. Matter of fact, let me put a little bit more on it.
Does it make any sense to you?
No, it's disgusting behavior that she's describing on the part of Abrego Garcia, matched by disgusting behavior on the Democrat side for labeling this guy as some average Joe. He's the furthest thing from it. He's somebody that belongs in the prison that he's in, and he's never coming back to the United States. President Trump's going to make sure of that because we don't want people like him in this country.
This right here was a police stop with a truck that had 8 people in it with an actual extra seat that was in the back. They got pulled over, found out that everyone that was in that truck was claiming to say that they were going to do construction. They actually were not going to do this construction. Nobody had any paperwork. No one had a driver's license. His driver's license at the time had already been suspended for 2 years. They came to the determination that he probably was transporting illegal immigrants through different states once they got here. That's the reason why they kept the pursuit going on, pulled them out, and kept on investigating them. You guys don't believe me? You want to look into it? His name is Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Look it up. You'll basically be able to see the entire video for yourself when he gets pulled over and everything. I'm in the comments. What y'all got to say about those 3 different clips that we just played? Because I want to know. Let's get to it. What else we got? What we got? Rebecca says, we voted for Trump, and those of us that voted Trump and we stand with Trump. Newsom plans on running in 2028, but he won't win. I knew that it was something up with Newsom. Thank you for making that clear for me. I knew that he was up to something. Juan says, you making a fool of yourself. So Juan, why don't you leave, my friend? Why don't you leave? Really? Okay, Roto Rudy says, yes, he will. Natalie Georgievich says, saying something and doing something are 2 different actions. Media are unreliable. Sharon says, send them back. Jerry says, he is not a citizen. What else you got here? We got Simeon that says, Trump wife did things legally. Deshaun says, man, he ain't done for Chicago. What I want to ask a question, Deshaun. Did Obama do anything for Chicago? Just asking. What else we got? Trauma Bonding says that guy was not an American citizen. Okay, I want to get some more because I seen that you guys were getting busy. What else we got up here? We got Jamie that says all he's saying is that he is not on the president's side, says Jamie. What we got? Trump MAGA. We got Rebecca again with another Rebecca says rules for these, but not for me. Mark Dorfman says leave Garcia where he is, a waste of taxpayers' money. Jeremiah says why no one should be feeling the tariffs yet. All out warehouses, and the states have stocked up because of them. Simeon says, thank God for Trump. Ray says, grab him by the ussy, Donald J. Trump. JRZ says, this has nothing to do with illegal deporting someone. Natalie says, did they think no one would investigate these guys' story? Homeless says, wow, I didn't know other states were suing Trump for the tariffs. I know China don't seem to be backing down from big bad USA. I personally lost a few $100s from the tariffs. I support Trump. Simeon says, this guy is an illegal criminal and needs to go and needs not to come back here. Okay, y'all see what I'm saying? I make sure that we get all of those comments out. Y'all don't know, I get busy with this. And we gonna keep on moving forward. I want you guys to see what's going on with the Sinaloa cartel. Because basically they're trying to say that, of course, they don't like Trump because of what he's doing. But I know that they don't like the Mexican army neither, because they getting busy and they finding all of their crops, all of their all of their weed plants and burning them down, yo. Woo, watch this. They getting busy over there. They're not playing at all in Mexico. I'm telling you, they getting busy over there. Don't think that they taking this lightly. Check this out. It's graphic. By the way, just so you guys know, it's some kind of graphic content right here. So if you got any children around or anything like that, you probably want to move them away from the screen, because some real stuff about to go down here. Y'all ready? Let's go. But before that, do me a favor. Double tap that screen so you can let more people come on over. How do you do that? By double tapping the screen. YouTube finds out and says, hey, why everybody double tapping the screen, liking over there? Let me put out a notification. Then more people come over. You don't believe me? Watch the comments. You're going to see people say, hey, what's going on over here? That's because you pressed that button and hit that like, and everything fell into place just like that. Want you guys to see this right here. Content that we did some real digging to get. So let's go.
Right now we're just racing through town following this group of volunteer paramedics on that motorbike.
Ya no aguanto con este brazo yo, güey.
Si te lo quito te vas a desangrar. El muchacho tiene una hemorragia y pues es considerablemente mortal. Aquí, deténgala.
This area.
Now this is their ambulance, a scooter with one guy trying to save another person they got pow. This is their ambulance.
Is very heavily populated by cartel members, and right now this guy is losing a lot of blood, so it's a bit of a race against time.
Esto es riesgoso para nosotros porque la ambulancia ya tardó mucho y nosotros nos estamos exponiendo aquí.
Violence erupts almost every night here in Sinaloa, Mexico, the heartland of one of the most powerful criminal gangs in the world, the Sinaloa Cartel. Once led by the notorious drug lord El Chapo, this cartel is responsible for selling huge quantities of drugs to US consumers.
The cartels are waging war in America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Liam. Hey, buckle up.
It's one that we gotta let play out, y'all, but trust me, you wanna see this. You definitely wanna see this, trust me, this gets crazy. Oh, they making us watch two of them. Ooh, they nasty with it. Wicked work.
Pressuring Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum.
Cartels, which we are doing.
President Donald Trump is pressuring Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum to crack down on the cartels, threatening tariffs and even military strikes. In response, hundreds of soldiers have already been added to the troops here in Sinaloa. We've come here to understand what that looks like. From hidden drug labs and defiant cartel members
Está fea la situación.
to grieving families and soldiers on the front line.
We're with the Mexican military right now, flying over the state of Sinaloa, over this massive expanse of rural land, looking for any signs of cartel activity.
They found it, y'all. They found it.
This is more cannabis than I've ever seen in my life. The scale of drugs here is just enormous. I mean, this is a whole field of marijuana here. These guys are going to be camped up here for the next few days, just trying to destroy field upon field of cannabis, of poppies.
So is this area safe?
Yes, secured area. We need to make aerial reconnaissance and then vehicle and then on foot. And here is the poppy field.
Oh, wow.
So they went from the
So
marijuana field to the poppy
the
field.
poppy to get the opium.
That's for
And they
opium.
start the process to get heroin.
So how much heroin does a field like this produce?
2 kilos.
2 kilos.
The soldiers burned the poppies and marijuana. But it's synthetic drugs that are responsible for most.
Yeah, y'all. So y'all see what's going on over there. So that's on the other side. Just fields of it. They got the field areas, but the good thing about it now is they got the army over there that's actually doing something about it. I'm in the comments. Want to know what you guys think about what you just saw. Do me a favor. If y'all like the content, y'all appreciate the research that we do, double tap that screen to get those likes up to get more people over here, because y'all already know we are the #1 show between the 6 o'clock hour until we finish. Let's go. I'm in the comments. Came in, says that Jeremiah says, Magadar, it's the cost of free content. What you got? Norma Gabriel says, why are they in people's country? Okay, what else we got over here? That's on damn. Sadly, opium isn't grown for American consumers, but weirdly, Europe has Afghani Pakistan opium. What we got? We got Viva that says D Rugs. We got Casey that says they found the bushes. You see that, Casey? They got the bushes. Natalie says, why wouldn't their country be doing what they could do to make Mexico safe? Shaking my head. We got Jeremiah that says, ads are getting worse. They really want their money. Kerman says, I'm waiting for the political glaze. What else you got? You got Simeon that says, I am not scared of them. Mark says, the cartel rules. Everyone is scared of them. Ooh, Chicken on Biscuit says, Cinco de Mayo. Perhaps take it easy today. Take it easy, right, Simeon? We need to get rid of the cartels. Y'all already see what they're doing over there. Y'all already see it. You see your boy getting busy over here, too. We're doing some real research out here. We're not playing. We're trying to show y'all everything. Pulling it back, pulling the wall back, pulling the curtain back, and we showing everything over here. So if y'all appreciate the content, go ahead and double tap that screen and get them likes up. Also, let's go ahead and get those subscribers up. We're trying to get our members up. We had 30,000 subscribers over here. We're trying to get to 40,000. So if you guys really like the content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become a member. Come on. Become a member. Become a member. So it's hot over here. We do our thing. We're going to keep on moving forward because now, the Houthis, they acting up. They're sending bombs to Israel. They're acting real crazy. Want you guys to see what the Houthis are doing right now. And luckily, the missile that they shot in the air was able to get stopped. They were able to shoot it down. Check this out, you guys. We got some Houthi activity going on over here. And this is very important. I'm gonna show you the reason why this is going to be very important information moving forward. Why this content is very important for us.
Well, you're listening to sirens blasting in Jerusalem yesterday after Israel's military intercepted a missile. Israel claims it was fired by the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen. It is the 4th such attack in just one day. And this came on the same day that thousands rallied in Yemen's capital city to protest Israel's war in Gaza and recent U.S. airstrikes in Yemen. Our next guest is the author of...
And believe it or not, I don't know why, but that's all I really needed to show you guys, because the Houthis is acting up. Houthis are a part of who? Houthis are a part of Iran, right? And this is a country that we really need to make sure that does not get nuclear weapons. Imagine what would happen if Iran had nuclear weapons. That's like the crazy cat having the button access. It'll be just like Iran actually rules the world to me, but under a stress bomb. So many people in government, as well as President Trump, you've already heard him say, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. So does that mean that people need to go in and handle what they need to handle? Because think about it, when you don't have that much going on when it comes down to strength and power in your country, the only thing that you can do is offer destruction, you're probably going to use that to try to negotiate with. That's the reason therein by that President Trump says he doesn't feel that Iran, myself personally as well, do not think that they should have a nuclear weapon. Are you crazy? No way in the world should these people have a nuclear weapon. No way. It would be like we're negotiating just for our lives all the time. Oh, we got a nuclear weapon because no, we just couldn't do it. That's my feeling about it. I don't know what you guys feel about it, but that's why we have the comments, because I like to read what you guys have to say about that. We're moving forward, y'all. Let's go.
Welcome back, America. So if they got these ICBMs, which they will, unless we stop them, they're going to have ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile, and they get these nuclear warheads, which they will, unless we stop them. They'll be able to hit the United States at some point, but they'll also be able to blackmail us, create economic havoc, cut off certain navigable waters, make threats. And what do we do then? Now they have nuclear weapons. What do we do then? That's a practical matter.
Yeah, if past is prologue, we'd have very limited options, which is why it's an imperative for not just this administration, but successive U.S. administrations for them not to obtain a weapon. They would functionally operate under a nuclear umbrella, meaning the consequences of taking any action against regional terrorism, disruption to trade, as you point out, which is our vital national security interest, and the heartbeat of the global economy, whether we like it or not, all of that would be thrown into the hazard. And to your point, in terms of development of a nuclear armed ICBM capable of reaching the United States, most estimates say they're 12 months out, but our ability to guess, of course, has been an imperfect track record, to say the least. We've never been able to successfully anticipate a partner, ally, or adversary developing a nuclear weapon. Our track record is 100%, and it's a failure. Damn. And so we should be extremely cautious about estimates, but the risk is real. I would say, too, that they only back down when confronted with force. The myth of a regional war as a result of it is just that. Iranian and Obama-era talking points facing a false dichotomy. When confronted with force, they back down, and that is the 4-decade history of the regime.
And aren't they?
So I don't know what you guys are thinking right now. What should we be ignorant and just let it happen? Or should we do something about it? Or should we say, that's not really going on? Iran is not trying to do anything like that. Because I'm scared. I'm scared to death. Stuff like that. Oh, come on now. I want to know what you guys think about that in the comments. Let's go. What y'all got over here? Long Dong says, bro, doing all this from the welfare bathrooms. Bong, and you're out of here. Boom, out of here. That was fun. That was the first one to go. That was dope. I'm talking about, had to exercise the finger on that. Bang! Yeah, so you up out of here. What else we got? Let me see. What else we got? Who else playing? Well done. The truth should always be the focus. Okay, I like the fact that you said that, Edwin. Thank you so much. Bang on Chris. Who else we got? Chris. So something about the same way we did something about it in Iraq. Oh, I don't understand what you're saying. Try to reword that, brother. What else we got here? We got J-Ho says, yeah, it's a scary thought, John, since I'm sitting up north. What we got? We got America cannot have nukes in insane country. Oh, boy. Dutch, what's the real danger? The U.S., the amount of money this country spends on military has everyone nervous. Okay, what's the problem? Are you serious? Bro is not talking to people on the news. Okay, what else you guys got? Security just fired Pete Hegseth. What else we got? We got America responsible for most wars after WW2. You guys are not staying on topic and not even saying anything that has to do with a nuclear weapon with Iran having it. So y'all just on some, instead of answering the question with an answer, you basically say what ifs and then try to add and say something about the US or whatever like that. So, okay, we can be ignorant to that. But the next thing you know, in a few years when we like, hey, Iran just said we got to go to sleep. What you mean we got to go? Well, you know they got them nuclear bombs now, and they said everybody got to go to sleep at 9 o'clock. Then what you going to do? Damn, Bugatti was right. We should have sent the troops in. But we was playing in the comments. We didn't think it was real. Okay, we're going to keep on moving forward since y'all don't think that's important. I got more in the clip. That's how we do it. Okay, we got this suspect that's allegedly been arrested. Kathy Joku Hoku. I might as well step to the front of the congregation myself because I'm in New York City and a man was R-worded on the train by another man. I don't know how this happened, because if he ain't have a gun that's got the size of that big gun that the mask took out, ain't nowhere in the world that's gonna happen to a brother like me, but every man for themselves. Suspect was arrested on a 1 train right down from City Hall the same day that Kathy Jokel Hochul said that we're safe. I want you guys to see this clip right here. This man basically walked up to another man while he was on the train and made a man, yes, a man, perform. I'm gonna let them say it.
Have arrested a man wanted for allegedly raping a fellow subway passenger. His arrest coming on the same day Governor Hochul officially promised billions of dollars in funding to improve subway safety.
Yeah, right.
Here's News 4's Chris Jose.
Mm-hmm.
The NYPD says the suspect on camera sniffing his fingers sexually assaulted a man on a northbound 1 train early Saturday morning. Officers arresting Mohammed Azim today.
What happened? What happened? What happened on the train? Huh? What happened on the train? Got me, G.
Police say Azim made sexual remarks and demanded money from a 27-year-old passenger. As the train approached the Christopher Street subway station in Greenwich Village, cops say he forced the victim to perform a lewd act.
Why were you slipping your fingers?
The arrest taking place while Governor Kathy Hochul announced $68 billion over the next 5 years for the New York City subway system.
I don't want anyone to feel that sense of anxiety. That's what I've been fighting.
The governor confirmed a new plan expanding involuntary removal of those deemed mentally ill and a danger to themselves and others. The homeless, also part of the plan.
We're going to put in some welcome centers, let people have a place to go to, get warmed up, take care of them, and then be persuasive in saying, now, we have a better option for you.
The newly approved state budget includes $77 million for 3.
I don't care what it includes. I think it's all BS. You already stole money from everybody. That $77 million comes from part of the $100 million that they stole from people with this congestive pricing. Already made over $117 million from stealing from people like you and me by putting up a toll on the avenue where there was never a toll at. And all of the money, instead of going to the roads where it's supposed to go to, is going to the train station. That's how they just popped off this $77 million right here. And then they act like they're really doing something. Oh, we're safer. We're putting more police down there. How you putting more police down there when we already know by the numbers that the police have already retired and they're quitting in droves because they don't want to be under the sanitation commissioner? Yeah. Who the hell want to work for the sanitation commissioner when they've been working their A off trying to bust their butt to get rank in a position, and then the next thing you know, you guys move Tish. Yeah, look it up. From sanitation commissioner to the to the police commissioner. I gotta get off this story because it just makes me pretty angry. 2 women injured after speeding car crashes into a house in Long Island. They went through the side of the house. I know it's not a big deal, big story, but it just seemed crazy to me when I saw the car sticking out the house. Wondered if it hurt somebody. What the hell, what the HELL made them do this? How did the car wind up? Were they drunk? Were they coming around the corner too fast? I don't know. But this is what happened matter of fact, yesterday. Maybe they had too much on the weekend. Maybe they was partying.
At Miles of Nerve, we make car buying easy, stress-free, and fun with 5-star customer service.
Are lucky to be alive tonight after a speeding car crashed into a house in Nassau County. It happened this afternoon in the 100 block of Woodbury Road near Bethpage Road in Hicksville. One of the women was the 82-year-old driver of the car, the other, the 56-year-old homeowner. Neighbors say the crash sounded like an explosion.
It was almost like a video game.
Wayne Burke says he was sitting at a red light off Bethpage Road when another car came flying past and ended up crashing into a house.
The car hit the curb, went in the air, bounced 2 or 3 times over half of a football field, and entered the house and disappeared. It was surreal. My guess is 75 miles an hour. And never slowed down. Accelerated the whole time. So my guess is she passed out.
Inside that house was the homeowner.
She was sitting in the living room on the couch, and she got some debris on her. She was luckily not stuck, so she was able to walk around, but she was trapped because none of the doors could open.
Neighbors managed to get the woman out through a window.
She was in shock. She just kept saying, my house, there's a car in my house, there's a car in my house. And we just, kept reassuring her, like, yes, but you're safe, everybody's okay.
The neighbors all came out, and everybody was frantic because we could smell gas, and we were trying to find a way to get into the house.
She's okay, and wanted to see if I could help since I'm an off-duty registered nurse. Luckily, the paramedics and the ambulance, the fire, everybody got here so quickly.
As for the driver, at first, the neighbors couldn't see her under all of the debris.
Damn.
I saw her being, extracted from the car on the stretcher, and I saw her getting put into the ambulance.
Now, both the driver and the homeowner were taken to area hospitals for treatment. Amazingly, neighbors say this is not the first time a car has ended up inside a house at this intersection. Several people told our crew they've seen numerous accidents like this for years.
I'm moving. I'm not going to be moving. Let me tell you guys straight up and down. Do not buy your house that comes at an intersection, no matter what side it's at. Make sure your house is somewhere safe, way away from the street, so that you can't have no old ladies that's probably thinking they pressing the brake, pressing the gas. Next thing you know, she fainted or whatever. I'm in the comments, y'all. I want to know what y'all got to say about this, because this was crazy. This was Thelma and Louise for real. Batty Lynn said, that's one dangerous intersection. Yeah. Pavel says, this guy, he going to talk. No, I ain't going to read your comment thing because you're talking crap about me. Scott, crazy. I love the Woodbury County, and we just had a car with 2 people crash into our house and die. What? And now in another state on Woodbury Street, another car hits the house, and it happened before too. Yeah, you know what y'all need to do? Get away from them cul-de-sac areas. Not cul-de-sac areas, but those turns is kind of crazy. Who that? Oye Sugar Hill affiliate. Okay, let me see what Oye Sugar Hill affiliate is saying, because they saying you got to go. And we got so many co-hosts up in here, it's not even funny. Jeremiah says the woman just wanted to know who was going to fix her house. Grog says, please answer Grog's question. What else you got here? Oh, yeah, you got to go. I see OY Sugar affiliate, whatever. Who does bro think he is, standing like Diddy? And I could actually let him go with that. Yeah, I could let him go with that. I ain't going, whatever. Nah, he could snap. He could snap. I got tough skin. Pavel says, yes, her. This one here. What else we got? Okay, reporting people because you disagree, free speech. Nah, as long as y'all not saying nothing disrespectful, we gonna let you rock. Y'all just gotta have good, tough skin to be able to get back at these people. But when you start being trolls and saying disrespectful stuff, you gotta go. Now, if Kendra wanted them see you, you're gonna really have to go. Kendra, check out this dude, OYG Sugar affiliate. See if he's going crazy and if we gotta get him out of here. You would have already told me though. Batty Lynn, that is not going to be cheap to fix. I'm glad they're good to be okay. Football says, what are you want to daddy is home. Wait a minute. Somebody says, whatever you want, your daddy is home. I thought you meant like coming to the side of the house. Grog says, why isn't anyone answering, Grog? What is it? What are you talking about, Grog? Stock market? What about it? What about it, Grog? What about it? What about the stock market? What you want to say, Grog? We're going to answer you. Let Grog put up a comment so we can answer that person. But I want you guys to see, since everybody's up in here, and I'm glad that you stuck around. That means that all 300 some people that's up in here, you guys are really rebels. And you deserve to see this next video that's coming up. I'm glad that you stuck in with me this far, because sometimes when they get to this point in the video, people be like, oh, we out of here. And then y'all miss the good stuff. Because I always make sure we get the politics out and certain stuff in the beginning, because we got to do that. But the good stuff is coming up, and Kendra know, Batty know, online know, but y'all be doing this. Soon as a person asks for a like, y'all be like this. Y'all be running off, and then this is what we do. Who's right? And then we play the banger, and y'all don't get to see it. Because y'all decide to run off because all we doing is asking for a like. So what we're going to do right now is ask you guys to double tap that screen. We're going to see if the numbers go down right. This is the fun part. We're going to ask you guys to double tap that screen. We'll see what y'all do. If y'all don't feel like double tapping, that's fine. But I have been up in here since 3 o'clock, making sure that the content was good. 6 o'clock, we launched the show, and we rock until, and your boy is sweating bullets. But I'm having a great time, so it's not work. It's actually fun. So, especially with this next clip that's coming up that I'm glad that you guys stuck around for. This one right here. Fight breaks out in Kansas. Who's in Kansas? Come on to the front of the congregation, Kansas. There's a fight that broke out in the Kansas courtroom during a murdering sentence. Basically, the family was real peed off about what happened with the sentencing. They had a lot to talk about back and forth in the well, which means in the area where people can sit. Next thing you know, there were a couple of people escorted out, and then boop, 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 boop. Fight time. Keep it. I want you guys to keep it going now. I want you guys to see this part right here. Everybody, here we go. We going to Kansas real quick. Anybody out in Kansas? I want you guys to see what's going on out in Kansas. Let's go.
This fight breaking out during the sentencing phase of a murder trial between members of the victim's family and the defendant's loved ones. Punches still flying as the fight grows even bigger, moving into the aisle. Until finally, deputies restore order. Both sides in court to find out how much time Bryce Robinson would spend in jail for shooting and killing Trenjavius Hutton at a mall in 2022. That murder occurring in broad daylight. At the sentencing hearing, the victim's mother pleading to the judge.
I'm not saying that we're innocent, but you know what I'm saying? I hate him, and I hope some bad guys put him in jail. I hate him. And I think that you could consider, you should give him the max that he gets, because evidently he don't care.
Saying her son's killer showed no remorse.
I hate you, and I hope
Those words starting an argument between people watching. Two people removed at the judge's request. But not before fists started flying. Once court resumed, the convicted killer sentenced to 21 years in prison. Now 6 people involved in the fight charged with misdemeanors. Relatives of the victim charged with disorderly conduct, and his mother for using, quote, fighting words. Those charged could not immediately be reached for comment and didn't have attorneys listed. Now, as they prepare for their own hearings, a protective order in place to try and prevent something like this from happening again.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated.
Yo, they was getting some licks in. That one dude with that afro, he went over there like, yo, hell, yo, that was my... Went over there, yo, they was getting it in, right? That was crazy right there, yo, woo! Oh my God, we're gonna keep on moving forward because I want to stack the deck a little bit. Yeah, we got Tiffany Henyard. Who know about Tiffany Henyard? The famed but now low-level ex-mayor because she done lost her job. Yeah, we got some information on her as she go ahead and get her butt up out of here. We found out that she was making over $347,000 last year. That's pretty crazy. Y'all like that right there, right? Look at Frederick Wright. Look at the Unc is not what? What you say? Wait a minute, what you say? You said Unc is not doing any of that. Yes, I am. I know if y'all calling me Unc, I'm doing it. I don't know if y'all talking about me, but somebody would have went to sleep with my left or my right. It's not a game. But this one here, it's finally time for her reign to come to an end. Her reign on the top was short like leprechauns. Who are we talking about? Tiffany Henyard. Let's go, y'all.
Self-proclaimed super mayor Tiffany Henyard leaves office in the next few weeks after being badly beaten at the ballot box. Questionable spending, clashes with trustees, and an ongoing FBI investigation led to her undoing.
Investigative reporter Ben Bradley broke many of the stories that exposed the issues, and tonight he returns to the south suburbs for a new accounting of Henyard's reign.
I love y'all. There's nothing you can do about it.
The curtain will soon close on the Tiffany Henyard show, but not before one last dance.
Supervisor.
Now, I can't let that music in the back play. She's playing Ain't No Stopping Us Now. I love the song, but I can't let that music play. So now basically what's going on here, she's giving away food and stuff to taxpayers, but guess what? The people don't even like her.
On Easter weekend, cars lined up for blocks. Tens of thousands of tax dollars spent for another one of Henyard's famous food giveaways.
Our last run, and I did not vote for that woman, and I never didn't vote for it before. But I'm gonna give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her. She's nasty.
No. We got to get that again, Mama. Mama was playing. Yeah, I like the giveaway, but I don't like her. She's nasty.
But I'm gonna give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her. She's nasty.
She's giving us back what we already gave, but ain't nobody else doing that either.
Tiffany Henyard does spend a lot of money, some of it on worthwhile programs, but she's also benefited handsomely and questionably. Newly obtained records show last year Henyard was paid more than $347,000 from Dalton and Thornton Township, the two governments she runs. That's more than Chicago's mayor makes. Henyard's comp includes $282,000 from the township, which also gave her a $4,900 per month expense allowance and an $1,100 monthly vehicle allowance. That's despite the fact Dalton taxpayers spent six figures on two SUVs police used to chauffeur Henyard.
Now where does she look like a mayor at? Where does she look like she about to try to do a rap, a song, or hip hop? Y'all know what she was up to. She thinks she...
Trustee Gray Everett, Supervisor Henyard.
And did we mention Henyard hasn't attended a single meeting since she lost re-election?
Why haven't you been to board meetings since your defeat?
So now, you see what I'm saying? Like, this looked like some just hood chick that got a job and just taking advantage of people. So we're just happy that your reign on the top was short like leprechauns, Miss Henyard, because you'll never be in office again from your performance and from the way that you're portraying yourself on here. I don't even know if you have any legal sort of, let's say maybe a lawyer or whatever like that, sort of accredits or whatever like that. I can't see anybody hiring anybody like that. I'm in the comments, y'all. What y'all got to say? Let's go. Mark says, I wish it was me. What else you got over here? We got Grog that says, at Goblin, but it's like after all the trans stuff, I feel like he'd keep you you know. What else you got? You got Oh Yeah Sugar Hill affiliate says Unc knows his baddies. What else you got? Casbar says if you know, you know. What you got over here? You got Daniel that says XRP will save the SWIFT system and save the banks in millions in instant payments. Okay. Frederick says she looked like a stripper. She definitely do. No, she like she only thing that she's missing. Y'all ready? Chris Rock said clear heels. She need those clear heels that Chris Rock be talking about. Shockwave says, except he's actually denying Supreme Court orders and the right to due process. Forget that part. Oh, well, homeboy is never coming back to the United States. I'm just letting you know because the El Salvador president said it. He said he's home and we're not letting you guys have him back. So all of the stuff about Kilmar, Abreu, Garcia, he's not coming back not because of us, because his own country said that they're not letting him back unless he escaped some kind of way. And then y'all might see him. Hold on a minute. We're going to keep on going, you guys. We got Frederick that says, get them likes up, y'all. Y'all got to show some love 100%. Michelle said, what the what? Then we got Casbar said, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Kendra dying laughing over there. Natalie was laughing too. Okay, y'all, we're going to keep on going because we got this thief that's going around in Tarzana. Come on, y'all. Tarzana. We got this person going around using a tow truck to steal people's cars. I want you guys to see this right here because if anybody live in Tarzana, be careful about people. You might see a tow truck outside and think that they got a ticket and they're legally being towed. They're stealing cars with tow trucks now. There is no limit to what they're doing right now, you guys. I want you guys to see this. So always ask questions and always be out there. Might as well go ahead and be nosy, like the nosy person on the block. What's going on out there? Let me see what's going on. I got to see what's happening. I want you guys to see this right here.
Look at this. This crook has found a way to steal a car's valuable catalytic converter without getting caught red-handed. He just tows the car away in the dead of the night. Now, the theft in Tarzana earlier this week left the car's owner just stunned.
Police are now searching for whoever pulled off the swift heist. KTLA's Angela Kakade joins us live from Tarzana, where she spoke with the car's owner. Hi there.
Yeah, Court and Rick, she was frustrated to say the least. I spoke with her earlier this afternoon. She says the suspect was acting and dressed like a repossessor. That's how he stole her car. And we know that because it was all caught on video. New surveillance video tonight shows the moments a thief unsuspectingly stole a car in the middle of the night on Reseda Boulevard in Tarzana.
I couldn't believe that my car was stolen.
The car's owner wants to remain anonymous, but says when she left for work early Wednesday morning, her 2010 Hyundai Elantra was gone.
Where's my car? Like, I was scared, I was shocked, I was just like, what is going on here?
Here's how it happened. Footage shows the suspect dressing and acting like a repossessor. He parks his unmarked white truck in front of her car, hooks it up to his truck, and just drives off.
Wow.
You would think he's a repo man. Just the way that he pulled up and the way he just literally just mounted my car onto his tow truck.
After seeing the video, she filed a police report. CHP finding her car hours later, blocks from her home off the 101, before taking it to the impound lot.
I was in tears. They had stolen the battery.
Damn.
They stolen the catalytic converter.
Damn.
They stolen the engine manifold. They trashed the car. They dented the car. Like,
security expert Joe DeLue says, unfortunately, that's a trend he's seeing more of.
It seems to me like it was an order. Like maybe somebody wanted to get that kind of car fixed and they found another car like it and the homeboy went out there and got it. Yep, be careful with your cars out there. But we got to keep on moving forward and stacking this deck because I got some more stuff from you. I want you guys to see this right here. It's a little tragic and there's another warning on this one. So whoever ran the last time, they missed that last video. I don't want you guys to miss this one. Do me a favor. If y'all appreciate the content, let's double tap that screen to get those likes up because this is a situation right here where, a father, just put it, I'm going to just say it how it is. Okay, situation happened where a teenager got into a shootout with a police officer, or a crime happened where a police officer killed a teenager. A few days later, the same police officer was directing traffic on the highway. Out of nowhere, police officer got struck by a vehicle and died. Come to find out, the vehicle was driven by that teen's father. Let's get into this real quick. Want you guys to see this right here. Pretty crazy how the story came together. Check it out.
At these East Price Hill condos Thursday morning, Cincinnati officers tracked down a stolen vehicle.
As you know, we had a critical incident yesterday.
4 people get out and start running. In body cam footage released today, in just 6 seconds, police say 18-year-old Ryan Hinton aims his gun at officers.
He's got a gun!
Police shoot and kill him. Today on MLK Drive, a deputy is working traffic control for UC graduation when a driver crashes into him.
There is a connection between these two incidents. The driver of today's vehicle that struck a deputy has a family relationship with the 18-year-old that we shot yesterday.
Chief, is the person who hit the deputy the father of the person who was shot yesterday?
Yes.
Ryan Hinton's father, 38-year-old Rodney Hinton, is charged with aggravated murder in the deputy's death. He was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. Hours later, the Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy dies. The CPD homicide unit investigating both the death of the deputy killed today and the death of the 18-year-old shot by police.
I can assure you, as the chief of police for Cincinnati, I will ensure you transparency and a thorough and accurate investigation.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated.
Now, y'all talking about a twist, and I hate to do it, but you talking about something that can be used for a movie? That right there, that's a crazy plot. I'm in the comments on that. I know y'all got something to say about that. Casbar says street justice has been happening since the dawn of time. Mark says father snapped. Mark says father snapped. That's right there. I can't put no more on it but what Mark said. Evan said the guy deported who he said isn't coming back. That's because his king refuses to follow the law. That's right. You're right about that too, Evan. Dice says, Shockwave, the judges are the enforcing the law, not making new ones and try to make a president follow their agenda. You're right about that. I believe you. Shockwave Steve says, man, it's walking a contradiction with no idea of what political leverage is evidence in this handling of the situation in Ukraine. You can tell by it. Okay, FAFO. Pizza Steve says isolated incidents not related. It was related. Oh, I get what you're saying though. Evan says none of you know these people personally. Okay, what else we got over here? Shockwave says to negotiate with the Salvadorian president, but that backtracked less than half of a minute later and said he doesn't. Okay, what else we got here? We got what else? We'll get some new people that's saying something. Evan says the whole basis. Casbar says there are no mistakes in life. Evan says you wouldn't. You're a horrible father. Okay, we're gonna keep on moving forward, you guys. I want you guys to see shredded justice. Imagine that you got arrested and they're telling you that you got to go to court. But next thing you know, you don't go to court. You don't get a warrant. Nobody knock on the door. And this just keeps on happening. So the judge is like, didn't I put out a warrant on this person? And she's seeing her files and wondering what's going on. So then she finds out that, long story short, this story is called Shredded Justice. Sheriff staffers shred warrants and no one is being accountable when this happens. The warrants are being thrown out due to the fact that these people are just they're lazy. So warrants, yes, criminal warrants that people got to show up to go to court, get locked up. Yeah, they being shredded. Watch this. I want you guys to see what's going on right here. Check this out right here, you guys. Shredded justice. Check this clip out right here. This is pretty crazy.
We were inside the Marlboro County Courthouse in July 2023, the day a pair of SLED agents showed up. They were there to interview Joy Williams, the elected clerk of court.
I see that news reporter right there.
Yes, ma'am.
Very far. He's a stalker. When I saw him at foot of the stairs, I swear to stalker back again.
So she doesn't know that she's on camera. She's basically telling everything. Homeboy getting all the stuff on camera, trying to figure out where are these warrants at? Where'd they wind up? We know that the judge gave out these warrants because we have our files that show it up. It's on the docket. But how come these people aren't being arrested?
He says dead end on everything.
Yeah. He gets told a lot.
Mm-hmm. I know. I don't know how he finds out everything he does, but somehow he does.
Days before, we got a tip that someone at the Marlboro County Sheriff's Office had shredded up to 200 bench warrants. The warrants were for people charged with crimes who just didn't show up for court.
Before you this time, Mr. Marcus Anderson.
In 2022, deputies charged Anderson with beating his wife in a gas station parking lot, even with an order of protection hanging over him. Investigators say a few weeks later, Anderson confronted his ex-wife, who is also the witness in the case, at this grocery store in town. The grand jury indicted him on that protection order violation, and he was supposed to show up in court to answer the charge. But DeMarcus Anderson never showed up.
So, bench warrant with my signature.
The judge ordered Clerk of Court Joy Williams to issue a bench warrant for Anderson's arrest. But no one in the clerk's office knew that warrant ended up in the sheriff's office shredder. 9 months passed before anyone found out.
A victim kept contacting our office. She was told that there was an active bench warrant from last fall, but the sheriff's office, the girl out there kept saying that there wasn't one.
Marlboro County Sheriff's Chief Deputy Larry Turner went to work trying to figure out what his warrant clerk Sandy Wilkes did with that Anderson bench warrant.
I actually talked to the individual here at the Sheriff's Office over our warrants, and she was advised under the old administration that any warrants that were issued by the clerk of court that they would not serve them for them to shred them.
Larry Turner called Tracy, and she had him on speakerphone, and Turner told us that that's what he had found out, that Sandy had, I guess, went to him and said that she had shared all of them. They had my name on them.
But why? The clerk detailed her theory in this SLED interview. South Carolina law gives clerks the powers to issue bench warrants. The Supreme Court's form even gives the option for either a judge or an elected clerk to sign one. Williams told SLED she even checked with both Judge Michael Nettles and Judge Paul Birch to make sure she could sign those bench warrants. The clerk told agents not long after her election in 2020, a deputy told her Sheriff Charles Lemon wasn't serving bench warrants with her signature.
But where were you when that happened? I was here in the building somewhere. I can't remember which deputy.
It seemed like a lot of people need to be fired, and they need to have a big sit down and go over what's going on in this place right here, because they don't got their stuff together. Shredding warrants. What if that was a murderer or something like that? I'm in the comments right here. What you guys got to say about this? Pizza says she's DEI. What else you got? Looks like some people need to lose their jobs. Christina, there you go. We got Shockwave that says he truly wanted a peace agreement that's favorable to the United States interests. He would have subsidized Ukraine. Dice says, Evan, I have proof of citizenship, so not scared of ICE. Evan says, correct. He just said Garcia isn't coming back. He didn't get due process. No, he didn't. Didn't get due process. If you guys are talking about going to court and stuff like that, no. If you guys are talking about that, no, he didn't. Didn't say he was. What else you guys got to say up here? What you guys got? What you guys got? Double tap that screen, y'all. Let everybody know we over here and we got this content going on. Y'all like these stories because I love them. Let's go. What we got? Evan. Yeah, he says, yeah. They're dropped because they're not actually guilty of anything. That's why everyone has the right to due process. What do you mean they're dropped because they're not actually guilty of anything? You heard about that lady? She says the guy ran up on her and all of that. I don't understand that, y'all. Let's not condone laziness, number one. Let's not condone people getting beat up and hurt and stuff like that, because we don't condone stuff like that on this channel. We try to live peacefully, and we don't care about what party you're from. You can say whatever you want in the comments. And no, I'm not a part of any party, just in case you guys don't know that. Not a Republican, not a Democrat, not an independent. I'm a human being. I made this platform for people that weren't able to get their message out and to say what they want without getting struck all of the time. That's why I like for people to debate in the comments. You can debate, you can go back and forth. I'm not going to kick you out for something like that, because I was that person that was being treated the same way like you are. Not being able to say what I wanted to say and people trying to just, delete me. No, we made this platform for people like us so we can get off and say what we got to say. Just be respectful and don't troll. Okay, we're going to keep on moving forward, because the person that y'all was joking about, P. Diddy, he got to go to court today in New York. So check this out, you guys. I was planning on going down there trying to see if I can actually sit in and listen, but I don't feel like dealing with them crowds and all that crazy stuff. So I'm not going down there. Now, if you guys say I should, if I get like 20 or 30 people in the comments that say you should go down to the Diddy trial and cover it, I might just do that. But if y'all don't say that, I ain't going, and I ain't lying. I ain't going to do it. I'm just not going to do it.
Trial of Sean Diddy Combs begins in Manhattan tomorrow.
The music mogul faces multiple charges related to his infamous freak-off parties, where he's accused of forcing at least 3 women into sexual acts. KTLA's Gene Kang here in studio with more on what we can expect at tomorrow's trial. Gene.
There's a lot happening. Good morning, Megan and Lauren, to both of you. Sean Diddy Combs, once one of the most powerful figures in hip-hop music, will stand trial in federal court starting tomorrow. Jury selection begins on Monday. The fallen music mogul faces shocking charges: sex trafficking, racketeering, and transporting women for prostitution. If convicted on all counts, he could spend the rest of his life in prison. Diddy has pleaded not guilty to all 5 federal counts. He's been behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn since his arrest in September 2024. Prosecutors say Combs coerced at least 3 women into sexual acts, some with other men, during events called freak-offs, as you mentioned. They claim the women were drugged, filmed without consent, and manipulated with promises of money, fame, and careers, backed by threats and violence. 2 more charges were added last month, bringing the total to 5 federal criminal counts. 4 women, including Diddy's ex, Cassie Ventura, are expected to testify. Ventura has already settled a civil lawsuit in which she accused him of rape and years of abuse. Now we hear from Sean Diddy Combs. He actually had apologized previously in this video.
Behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
The judge, Arun Subramanian, is a former clerk for Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And he will preside. He has previously denied bail 3 times, warning that Combs could intimidate witnesses if released. No cameras will be allowed in the court. That means the only images from inside will come from sketch artists. Diddy's defense team is stacked, including Tenny Garagos, with a new addition, Brian Steele, who recently defended rapper Young Thug in Georgia's racketeering case. The civil suits against Combs, including claims from alleged minors, will not be part of this criminal trial. Jury selection, as we mentioned, begins tomorrow on Monday. Opening statements are expected a week later, and the trial could last several weeks. We will keep our eyes on this developing.
Yeah, so if I actually went down there, I would have to sit down and just write everything down in a notepad and come out and be like, yeah, so what happened today, y'all, was he came out, he looked like this, he was wearing such and such, and blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't be able to get no video or nothing like that anyway. What y'all got to say about this? What's going on here? JS says currently use of AEA is illegal. What else y'all got over here? Please stay on topic. Jeremiah says he's not sorry. He is trying to get sympathy. Please stay on topic, you guys. Thank you so much. Michelle says that 2-minute apology don't do nothing for those years of abuse, not even mentioning all of the Dills nefts. You talking about Black Rob, the person I used to manage? Yes, you're right about that so much, Michelle. So much. What else? Shockwave says, okay, what else we got here? We're gonna stay on topic, only talking about what's on the clips now. We're only talking about what's on the clips. Okay, Natalie says, no, he's only sorry he was caught. Thank you, Natalie Georgievich. Always can come to you to stay on topic. JS says, nothing gave Trump the power to declare war. Okay, what else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Okay, it says Adam says that Evan was at the freak-offs. Evan says, why not deport Diddley? Okay, Alexander says they're only gonna go with your money because Bubba is gonna get your little A. Just wait. Said Bubba gonna get him, huh? Okay, what else we got? Cameron says go to the trial and get the suits. You clean, gone. He said, you got this. He says, Cameron says, go to the trial. You got the suits. You clean, gone. Like, go and do it. Go ahead and do it. Okay, you guys. This goes out to everybody that uses them weaves and, you know, horse hair and the long Hawaiian silkies and, you know, all of that stuff, the beauticians and all of that. Guess what? All of that stuff come from China. And come to find out that we thought that certain stuff wasn't going to get taxed and tariffs. After they went after Temu yesterday, that let me know that everything is getting taxed. So yes, they're taxing weaves. They're taxing hair care product, tariffs. There's tariffs on this stuff now. I want you guys to see what's going on real quick right here with the new tariffs that they actually going to be putting on beauty salons, beauty products. Let me say that correctly. Beauty products. Check this out, you guys. Beauty supply stores is going to start to feel this one here.
Your favorite TV shows are on YouTube. Enjoy the latest releases.
Tariffs are expected to cripple some small businesses, including those in the beauty industry. What some owners are doing to protect their bottom line. Local business owners say impacts of Trump administration imposed tariffs are trickling down and causing headaches. Today, I talked with 2 women who own a beauty supply store in Mableton. They say they're trying their best to do good business, but also not make it unbearable for their customers.
Your total is $10.59 today.
For Dana and Sharis.
All right. See you later.
It's a family environment inside Zoet Beauty Supply in Mableton.
We just pray that God keeps continuing to cover us.
But now they are asking for divine protection as they say Trump imposed tariffs against China. It's impacting prices.
At this point, it's no longer possible. They are here in full effect. The prices have gone up extremely high.
Trump hiked tariffs on China to a staggering 145%. It's making it difficult for some Chinese businesses to continue trading with the United States.
I imagine that some of us may not have the budget to continue. Most of the stuff now that we are paying for, the price that we're going to charge is the price that we were charging the customers. Damn. So of course we can't stay in business if we keep the prices the same. So now we're working on making sure that, the margins are still there, but making sure that we are, not making it unbearable for our customers.
The business owners say they are trying to be as transparent as possible with their customers so they don't have sticker shock. I'm told hair is the first item that the cost went up on.
All right, thank you, Tiffany. And as I mentioned, we appreciate your ongoing support.
As there seems to be no end in sight, they say now is the time to support your local businesses.
Now it's just a waiting game just to see, okay, which vendor is going up next. And we only go up when they go up. We're not going up across the board because that's just not fair to the customers.
So this also comes at a time where the business owners, they say they plan to open a second location within the city on Memorial Drive. We'll place more information on how you can support on our website.
I think y'all need to hold off on opening up any more locations. Y'all need to wait these tariffs out because just like me, I'm going through it. Let me show you a perfect example, and I'm going to promote it at the same time. Let me ask you guys a question. Are you tired of getting blue dye on your white sneakers, your Air Force Ones, your Timberlands? You want to wear your white Air Force Ones or your nice white sneakers with a pair of blue jeans, don't you? The problem is when you do that, all of that blue dye from your jeans, it go on the top of your sneakers and it messes up your sneakers. It messes up your laces. And the next time you might want to wear those white sneakers with a pair of shorts, your sneakers got that blue stain on them. And guess what? You think that you can wipe that out or scrub it out with something? You can't because your laces are now dyed blue. And the top of your Air Force Ones, believe it or not, once they get touched by that denim 2 or 3 times, it's out of there. So your sneakers basically get messed up the first time you put your jeans on because of the dye transfer. Well, guess what? You guys tired of that happening to you? Well, I got a solution for you. Bang! Right here. This is a sneaker saver. All you got to do is you take this out. Sneaker saver. You take it out. You take this and you iron this on the bottom of your pants. Inside the bottom of your pants. Right on top where it connects at. And this makes it stop touching against your Air Force Ones, your Timberlands, and your nice shoes. You see that right there? This iron's right on the bottom. You peel this seal off, just like so. You peel it off. Well, I made this, so I know what I'm talking about now. This is my invention. It's called a sneaker saver. It's been invented by me. You peel this off, right? You put this on the bottom of your pant and you iron it all the way around. You cut the excess off, and guess what? No more transfer because you got the sneaker saver on. This used to cost me $1.50 to make. With this box was $1. This flyer right here was 25 cents. Guess what? This just went up to $4. This just went up to $1, and this just went up to 50 cents by itself. So now, perfect example of what tariffs can do if to a business owner or somebody that actually makes products out here. And if you guys are interested in getting yourself a sneaker saver and saving your sneakers from getting all that blue dye on them, your Timberlands, because they go up that high, they can cover it, even waterproof, so your jeans can get wet, your sneakers still won't get stained. So it's time to save some money out here. We ain't got no money to keep on buying sneakers and stuff like that. Go on over to the www.sneakersaver.com and get yourself a sneaker saver immediately. Now that commercial's over, Want to let you guys know, I hope that you had a fantastic day. I want you to make some money too. So that means go on over to the description area. Right? That's right. Go into the description area, fill out a survey, and you will be able to make some money, 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 money. Because I made sure that there was at least $500 worth of surveys inside of the description area today so that y'all can make some money too. Fill out a survey, see if you can make some money. Next thing you know, I'll make $25 too. You might make $250 because every survey that you guys do, I make some money out of it too. So I love being honest. I like being fair and straight up because why not tell the truth? Ain't like you're gonna jump through the screen and beat me up. Best way to be, you guys. Tell the truth. Tell people the truth about stuff that you probably don't know the truth about. Not only that, it gives you a chance to get some fat on your brain and you get to learn too. So check this out. With that being said, you guys, y'all also know that what we got coming up, we got that Show Your Talent search. It's going to be sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. So if you have talent, you know how to sing, you can dance, I want you guys to come on out to the 5 boroughs in New York City. I'm going to be giving the best talented person $250. I want to see what your talent is. I want to know if you can sing, if you can dance, if you can do something that's talent-wise. I want to know what it is, and you might be able to win $250 for that borough. After we get all of the winners of each borough together, we come together for a grand finale where you'll be able to make up to $1,000. That's right, $1,000 in cash. We paying the taxes on it. Go on over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go ahead and sign the info slip. Let us know your age. You got to be 21 and older, and let us know what borough. That's it. Name, age, borough. You're signed up for Show Your Talent, and I'll be there because I'm the host. Can't wait to see you guys, and that's what we got going on. You guys, it's Monday. It's a hustle day. It's Monday. It's money day. Whoever was talking about, oh, the weekend's coming up or whatever, this is the best time to get at them because they got to pick up the phone. It's Monday, money day. Get out there and do what you guys got to do. Stay safe. Get some air, breathe, drink some water. Always know that problems present opportunities. And anytime you got a problem, look at the problem for the solution because it's already giving you half of the answer. I want to read some comments before I leave and see what you guys got to say. I want to see what you guys got going on here. Stay blessed, says Casey. We got, what else we got? We got Pleasant says, is that beer cans behind you? No, it's Big Drip. You guys need to go into the liquor store immediately. If you guys like the taste of grape with a strong hit of vodka and it's nice and smooth going down with a real crisp, nice taste, that's right. Go into the liquor store. You got to be 21 and older if you're trying to get some Big Drip, though. The reason why we made that is because we know that the economy is pretty crazy right now, and we got to get it off one drink. We can't just go out there popping bottles and all of that no more. People that's really working out here, you got to have a good quality, a proper drink. I made sure that it was proper. So you guys go into the liquor stores and ask for it by name. It's called Big Drip Hard Punch. It comes in a 12-ounce can. Like I said, it's 14% alcohol, and all you need is one. Tastes phenomenal. Imagine Welch's grape with some vodka in it and just got the perfect blend. That's what Big Drip is, and that's what we bring into you guys. I can't wait till tomorrow because we're going to have much more in the clips. We got much more to stack. You guys do me a favor. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel because you already see what we do. We do this every single day. Also, my members, thank you guys for becoming members. Always know that we got gifts, all types of stuff on the side. All I'm thinking about all the time is sending you guys stuff, making sure that you guys get what y'all need. I really work hard at doing this show because there's people that spend money to see me. $2.99 is still a lot of money to me because you ain't got to give me a shit. The real talk. You ain't got to give me nothing. So I really appreciate you guys for doing that. So with that being said, it's your boy Boogotti NYC. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until the next time, which is tomorrow, y'all already know what to do. Get 'em! One. Peace.